I flew myself more than 1,000 miles from rural Texas to Marco Island, Florida in my Cessna 182. My wife and daughter flew commercial, and on paper we should have arrived about the same time. But their travel day didn't go as planned. Me and the boys, well, we had a few surprises of our own. Long cross-country trips like this take careful planning, but there was one detail I completely overlooked.
Do you have a reservation with us?
No, I do not.
Unfortunately, without a reservation, we may not be able to take you in. Stand by, I'm going to try to find a spot.
We are flying down to South Florida today to spend some time at Marco Island and also go to the Orange Bowl in Miami to watch Texas Tech take on Oregon. It's going to be about a 7.5-hour flight. I'm going to break that up into a couple segments. We're going to stop in Waynesboro, Mississippi first for some cheap gas, and then we'll continue down to Florida's Gulf. So my wife and daughter are not joining us today. That's one of the things about having a 4-seater aircraft and a family of 5 is we can't all fit. And so a lot of times my wife and daughter will fly commercial and me and the boys will meet them there. So how does flying myself down to Marco Island compare to the travel time of flying commercial? So for us, it's a little bit unusual since we live out in rural Texas. You know, Breckenridge, Texas is 2.5 hours west of Dallas-Fort Worth. And so for them today, they're going to have to drive 2.5 hours to DFW, get to the airport 1.5 to 2 hours early, fly 2.5 hours to Fort Myers, which is about an hour drive north of Marco Island. So while they're both very similar travel times door to door, they are very different experiences. And for me, I prefer this experience and being in this aircraft and flying myself and having these great views and kind of a sense of adventure. My wife doesn't like that, right? So she can tolerate it on flights of maybe 3 hours or less, 4 hours or less, but on these long flights, I think she'd much rather fly commercial, so she's happy to meet us there, and me and the boys will see if we can get there before then. Tampa Center, Skyline 36, Sierra Tango can cancel flight following at this time.
Number 36, Sierra Tango, radar service terminated. Squawk VFR, change to advisory frequency approved.
Squawking VFR, 36 Sierra Tango. Alright guys, put the iPads down. We're about to land. It's a little bumpy down here. We're about done with our first leg of the trip. We are about 12 miles to the west of Waynesboro Municipal Airport, Mississippi. We're going to stop here, get some gas, stretch our legs, and then continue on down to Marco Island. You guys doing okay?
Yes.
Is it bumpy?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Bumpy. You like bumpy?
Yes.
Waynesboro traffic, Skyline 36, Sierra Tango is 10 miles west of field, descending through 2,700, planning to enter a left base for runway 2, Waynesboro traffic. Waynesboro traffic, Skyline 36, Sierra Tango, turning final runway 2, Waynesboro. Alright, the winds are a little gusty. Bring in just a little extra speed.
Been to this town.
Well, that's my first time here too, bud. Got a cool looking windsock. Man, it's not a windsock, it looks like a missile. What is that?
That's probably a missile.
Like a rocket? It looks like the Bell X-1 is what it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Kinda cool.
What are we gonna do here?
We're gonna get some gas and stretch our legs, bud. How's that sound?
Okay.
So I just got an update from my wife. They just boarded their flight. They're on their way, so it's going to be really close. If they arrive before us, we might get there about the same time. Hey boys, Mom just texted and their flight's been delayed 2 hours. They had to switch out pilots. So we're going to get there way before them. Aren't you glad you flew with me? Hey, look, you know, these things happen with airlines. It's a complex operation. Lots of moving parts. There's a dozen different ways you can get delayed. I'm not knocking the airlines. But hey, there's a lot of ways I can run into problems here flying my little Cessna 182. I can have maintenance problems. I could not feel well myself and have to land and take a break. The weather could be bad. I got really lucky today. The weather's been absolutely gorgeous. We've got pretty much clear skies the whole way. There are a few clouds over here around Apalachicola, but it's just, you know, fair weather clouds, so nothing to be too worried about. This has been a long flight. We're just now over the Gulf of Mexico. We got about another hour and 40 minutes left to get to Marco Island. You guys did notice we're over the water, right?
I noticed. Kind of weird me out.
Flying down here to South Florida, I do not like crossing the Gulf of Mexico. I've never attempted it. I don't think I'm going to in this aircraft. So what I do is I like to hug the coastline. I might get out here just, you know, about a mile or so off the coast, well within gliding distance to shore, but that's about as far as I want to go.
That was 2223, maintain 250 knots or less, will advise.
That was 2223, 250 knots or less.
Delta 3115, descend and maintain 6,000.
All right, we got about an hour to go. We are getting close to Tampa. I am at 11,500 feet. The ceiling of Tampa's Class Bravo is 10,000, so I would normally just be fine flying right over it. There is a lot of traffic going in and out of Tampa, especially coming in over the Gulf on this side.
Cherry 2, Jacksonville, 96.
There are a lot of arriving aircraft that are going through the altitude I'm at, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a call up and let them know I'm here, and that way if they need me to get out of the way, I can get out of the arriving aircraft's way. Tampa approach, Skyline 36 Sierra Tango is 20 miles northwest of Brooksville at 11,500. I'm going to be flying over Bravo on my way to Marco Island.
All right, 6 Sierra Tango, squawk 0105 and call Tampa on 118.8, 18.8.
118.8 for 36 Sierra Tango. Tampa approach, Skyline 36 Sierra Tango with you at 11,500.
36 Sierra Tango, Tampa, roger, ident, Tampa, altimeter 3011.
3011 and identity, 6 Sierra Tango.
Over 6 Sierra Tango, contact about 15 west of Brooksville. Maintain VFR and let me know prior to altitude change. You're going to stay at 11.5?
All right, maintain VFR and we'll stay at 11.5, 6 Sierra Tango. Just got an update from my wife and her...
November 367, correction, we're 36 Sierra Tango, contact Tampa 134.25.
134.25, 36 Sierra Tango. Tampa approach, Skyline 36 Sierra Tango with you at 11,500.
36 Sierra Tango, Tampa approach, Arthur advised prior to any altitude changes.
All right, we'll do, 6 Sierra Tango, thank you. I just got a text from my wife, and her and my daughter and my parents are still sitting on the airplane waiting for a new pilot. So it looks like they got pushed back a little bit further. So hopefully they can be taken off here in the next hour. For us, we've got about another 53 minutes to Marco Island. We're currently over Tampa International Airport.
36 Sierra Tango, squawk 4617.
4617, 36 Sierra Tango, and I'd like to amend my destination to Punta Gorda.
36 Sierra Tango, roger, and when would you like to start your descent?
I think now would be a good time, 6 Sierra Tango.
36 Sierra Tango, roger, maintain VFR at or above 7,500, so advised.
VFR at or above 7,500, 36 Sierra Tango. So I just decided to make a quick pit stop over to Punta Gorda, so I'm starting my descent now. Punta Gorda is just north of Fort Myers. It's really not that far from Punta Gorda down to Marco. Don't really want to stop, but the battery died on the strut camera, and I think the approach into Marco is going to be beautiful, so I want to have that up and running.
36 Sierra Tango, VFR descent at your discretion.
VFR descent at my discretion. 36 Sierra Tango, thank you. Is what?
Is the sun rising or is it going down?
Yeah, the sun's going down, and we're on our way down to land. We're going to do a quick stop, just really quick. We're going to get out and go potty, stretch your legs real fast. Then we're going to jump back on, then it'll be like 30 minutes to Marco Island, okay?
And then can we get something to eat?
Yeah. You hungry? Are there any more snacks? Did you get them all?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get something to eat after that.
Because I do not want the sun to go down.
You don't want the sun to go down? Yeah, the sun's going down, bud.
When's Mom and Ellie gonna get here?
I think they said their pilot just got on the plane, and so they should be taking off soon.
3008. Visual approach is in use, landing and departing runway 4. Use caution for bird and wildlife activity on the airport. Advise on initial contact, you have Gulf.
Hey, Dad.
What's up, buddy?
Did they the guys that say that there's wildlife on the...
Yeah, sometimes there's birds and stuff flying around the airport, so he just said to use caution for wildlife. Hope there's no gators. Be kind of cool though, huh?
Yeah.
36 Sierra Tango, radar services are terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency changes. Have a good night.
Squawk VFR 36 Sierra Tango, see you. Winter Quarter Tower, Skylane 36 Sierra Tango is 14 miles to the north, descending through 3,500, landing with Golf.
Number 360 Tango, Punta Gorda Tower, report 10 miles north.
All right, report 10 miles north, 36 Sierra Tango.
Is it Sierra Tango or Zero Tango?
That's the Sierra Tango.
Okay, thank you. Number 36 Sierra Tango, I've just picked you up on the radar. You're about 12 miles north now, descending out of 3,000. Report over the 75 bridge.
We'll report over the 75 bridge, 36 Sierra Tango.
Northwest departure is approved, wind 350 at 7, gust 19er.
Clear depart on course.
Number 36 Sierra Tango, join at midfield, left downwind, runway 4, report turning downwind.
Midfield, left downwind, runway 4, 36 Sierra Tango. And 6 Sierra Tango is entering that left downwind for runway 4.
Number 36 Sierra Tango, runway 4, number 2, winds are 360 at 9er, clear to land, where are you parking?
Runway 4, we're number 2, clear to land, and parking at the air center.
Number 36 Sierra Tango, Roger, thank you. Number 36 Sierra Tango, this frequency Alpha 3, Alpha and Golf to the air center.
Alpha 3, Alpha and Golf to the air center, 6 Sierra Tango.
Legion 963, turn left heading 020, runway 4, clear for takeoff. Faster 4, exit on Charlie, and then continue Charlie Delta Foxtrot, cross runway 15.
And Tower, Skyline 36 Tango, holding short of runway 4 Delta.
Okay, November 36 here, Tango, fly straight out for now, I'll call your turn, runway 4, clear for takeoff.
Runway 4, clear for takeoff, and straight out, 6 Tango. You guys good to go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this.
Legion 920, runway 4, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 4, Legion 920.
At November 6 here, Tango, tell you what, make a left turn southwestbound and I'll call your turn on course.
All right, making left turn southwestbound, 6 Tango.
November 6 here, Tango, once you're leaving 1,500, you resume your own navigation. Have a safe flight.
Sounds good. Leaving 1500, own navigation. 6 Tango, thank you. All right, we are almost there. We only got about 29 miles to go to Marco Island. So I just checked on the wife, and I did not get a response back via text, so I'm guessing that they are airborne and on their way here. Marco Island has some of the best sunsets in all of Florida. So sitting here in the Gulf of Mexico, the beach looks out over to the west, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Marco Island traffic, Skyline 360 Tango is 10 miles to the north at 3,500 feet. Planning to cross midfield, enter right downwind, runway 35, Marco traffic. You boys doing okay?
Yes, sir.
All buckled up and ready to land?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Marco Island traffic, Skyline 360 Tango crossing midfield, making right traffic for runway 35. Marco traffic, Skyline 360 Tango turning right base, runway 35, Marco traffic. Marco traffic, Skyline 360 Tango turning final, runway 35, Marco traffic.
500.
All right, that's it. We're at Marco Island. Y'all glad to be here?
Yes. Yes.
Was that a long flight?
Yeah.
Marco traffic, Skyline 360 Tango, clear runway 35 at Bravo, taxi to parking.
172 pulling in. How can I help you today?
Yeah, we're gonna be here for about 5 days. Is there a place to park?
Do you have a reservation with us?
No, I do not.
Unfortunately, without a reservation, we may not be able to take you in. Stand by. I'm going to try to find a spot.
Did you check to see if there's any room by the fuel farm?
Let me go back over and circle around and take a look.
If you could, please. We're maximized on ramp space.
Gotcha. I usually come in the summer and no one's here.
I work here. I know what it's like in the summer, brother.
Well, I failed to make reservations, and there's nowhere to park.
360 Tango, just curious, where did you guys fly from?
We came from Breckenridge, Texas.
Here at Tango, if there are no tie-downs available, maybe, no guarantees, but maybe, would you pay for hangar space?
Yeah, probably would. Yeah.
Alright, let us know if there's anything by the fuel farm. If not, come back, we'll try and figure something out.
I sure appreciate it, thank you. Alright, so for 60 Tango, there's a spot that's kind of like in the corner. There's no tie downs right here, but it's open.
Yeah, I guess if you're comfortable parking there, you can take that spot.
Alright, sounds good, thank you, 60 Tango.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. I know you came all the way from Texas.
Yeah.
I was gonna recommend parking in the hangar because we do have some space available.
Yeah.
And I know you guys flew all the way from Texas. You know, it's just a little bit more than a tie-down.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Would you be okay with taxiing it over?
You mind if the boys ride with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I got back.
Yeah.
I got back.
We'll I'll meet you in front of the hangar.
Okay.
We got two strong guys with us. You steer, I'll push, or we'll push.
Door to door, we made it in about 9 hours, and my wife and daughter rolled in about 2 hours after us. The boys finally hit the beach, and yes, we made it to the Orange Bowl. For some reason, I barely have any footage from inside the game. And honestly, we don't need to talk about that. And the best twist is, the trip home flipped completely. Strong headwinds and 2 stops stretched our return to about 10.5 hours, while their flight was on time, so they got home well before us. If you haven't seen it yet, Marco Island has a fascinating aviation history, runways that were built, used, and then erased. The Forgotten Runways of Marco Island is part 2 of this journey, and it's on the end screen.